Could you build a modern retreat from the ground up with just your own hands? The foundation of this A-frame begins with raw cinder block and heavy mortar. Inside the skeletal frame, the first line of defense against the elements goes up. Craft-faced fiberglass insulation is stapled directly between the wooden rafters. The paper backing acts as a crucial vapor retarder, preventing winter condensation from rotting the timber. Every gap must be sealed. High on the exterior gable, the trim boards are carefully leveled and secured. Flashing and trim do more than just frame the structure. They redirect wind-driven rain away from vulnerable joints. Inside, black electrical conduit is routed tightly along the attic framework. Surface mounting the wiring in rigid tubes protects the circuits from accidental punctures once the final paneling is attached. Behind the finished walls, reflective foil insulation bounces radiant heat back into the living space. On the surface, a laser level ensures the towel radiator mounts perfectly plumb. A fraction of a degree off would ruin the vertical sightlines. In the narrow corridors, the masonry is coated in a smoothing layer of plaster. The wet mix cures into a monolithic shell, hiding the raw blockwork beneath a seamless finish. At the main entrance, the structural envelope is finally sealed. A massive glass door assembly is carefully maneuvered into the rough opening. See, heavy glazing requires exact shimming to distribute the immense weight evenly across the threshold. Without it, the frame would inevitably bind. With the blue metal roof fully flashed and weather-tight, attention turns to the surrounding topography. Proper grading pulls surface water down and away from the footings. The foundation must stay dry. Heavy timber beams are positioned to frame the outdoor living areas. Treated wood anchors the transition between the cabin and the forest. Outside, drainage trenches and retaining walls are carved into the slope to divert groundwater away from the foundation. Inside, The radiant floor system is permanently entombed in concrete. The heavy, wet mix is distributed and screeded perfectly flat. This slab will act as a thermal battery, absorbing the heat from the tubes and slowly releasing it, long after the boiler cycles off. As the floor cures into a hard, polished surface, the finishing trades take over. The rough attic space is cleared out, ready for its final skin. Downstairs, the masonry work begins with absolute precision. Large ceramic tiles are individually measured, scored with a manual cutter, or shaped with a diamond blade grinder. Each cut must account for expansion gaps, preventing the rigid tiles from buckling as the cabin experiences seasonal temperature swings. The raw skeleton is rapidly disappearing. As night falls, the architectural striking power of the completed A-frame is finally revealed. Bright interior lighting spills outward through the massive glass facade, contrasting sharply against the pitch-black forest backdrop. The illuminated triangular window turns the entire structure into a glowing beacon in the woods. Inside, the critical electrical finishing phase is underway. A heavy, matte black pendant light waits on a wooden pallet, ready to anchor the high-ceilinged main living space. Every specialized fixture must be carefully hardwired, securely grounded, and fully tested before the cosmetic trim plates can permanently conceal the junction boxes. The cabin is waking up. Back inside the finished washroom, the heavy sanitary fixtures are carefully bolted into place. A modern white toilet and an accompanying bidet sprayer are plumbed directly into the pressurized water supply lines. Setting a floor-mounted toilet requires compressing a thick wax ring perfectly over the PVC waste flange. This simple, deformable wax seal is the only thing preventing dangerous sewer gases and hidden, catastrophic water leaks from rotting the subfloor. The brass retaining bolts are tightened down gradually, alternating sides to ensure even pressure and avoid cracking the brittle porcelain base. In the main living area, the thin protective films are finally peeled away from the new flat-screen television. The heavy dust of the construction phase is finally settling out of the air. Every finished surface is wiped down and polished, revealing the high-gloss materials hidden underneath. The psychological transition from a chaotic worksite to a clean, functioning retreat is almost instantaneous. large, shrink-wrapped furniture arrives to complete the interior. A white tufted headboard is maneuvered carefully through the narrow doors. Outside on the deck, a luxury hot tub is powered up, its heated water bubbling. The final elements of comfort are slotted into place. Navigating the steep, grassy slope requires brute force and careful footing. Two men muscle a heavy, steel-framed jacuzzi tub down the hill to its final resting place. This self-contained unit will sit seamlessly on the deck, adding a massive water load that the heavy timber joists were specifically engineered to support. Up on the exterior wooden gable, a steady hand paints a stark black and white graphic logo. It is the craftsman's signature on the completed structure. The house now has an identity,